Welcome to the recapped. Spoiler alert. The movie starts, and we see a couple who have returned home after an outing somewhere. Suddenly, they notice a box and are perplexed as to how it got into their home. A voice could be heard coming out from the box. When the person opens it, there was a killer inside. The killer attacks that person. Then the scene gets changed and shows a man. His name is Arkin, who is the main character of the movie. He works at someone's home, which is a family of 4 people. There was a little girl in the family whose name was Hannah. And recently they got shifted to a new home where the repairing work was still going on. Hannah's father comes to Arkin and asks him to repair the door upstairs. Arkin goes upstairs to fix the door, but Hannah comes there and asks him to play. Leaving his work incomplete, he goes out with Hannah. Arkin asks Hannah that which type of gift she expects from others. To which she replies saying, "Teddy bears." While they were still discussing, Hannah's father comes there and asks Arkin about the work progress. Arkin says that he was with Hannah. Arkin also has a daughter like Hannah. And after the discussion with Hannah, he brings a teddy bear for his daughter. Arkin's daughter gets very happy after receiving the gift, and here we come to know the financial condition of the family, which was quite bad as they had taken lots of loan for the survival. They only had one night left for repaying the debt. Arkin's wife asks him that how would they manage such big amount in this short span? To which he assures her that he would arrange the money by any means. Then we see Arkin meeting with a con who suggests him to steal the diamond from the family where he works. Arkin is being offered 50% of the value of the diamond he would be stealing. To which he agrees. Keeping all the necessary items with him, Arkin goes for stealing. When he reaches there, he finds a dog in his owner's compound, which starts barking at him. Arkin is quite surprised at this encounter, as the family did not own any dog. He somehow manages to enter the home and tries to open the locker containing the diamond. While trying, he suddenly hears some whispering noise and quickly hides. We see that there was a serial killer who had entered the house, and after listening to Arkin's footsteps, he starts searching Arkin. Arkin tries to escape, but he notices 5 locks on the door, because of which it was impossible to escape. He starts thinking of his family and the debt. He then goes back to the locker and tries to open it again. There he suddenly hears someone screaming. It felt as if someone was being tortured. He follows that voice and finds that it was Hannah's father who was being badly tortured by somebody. When Hannah's father sees Arkin, he thinks it is all planned by Arkin itself, and tries to hit Arkin with something lying nearby. A rope gets stretched, and Hannah's father gets hanged to it. Now it was clear that the killer had rigged traps at every location of the house, so that no one could escape. Then the killer frees Hannah's father and drags him along. Arkin sees that and decides to leave that place immediately. On his way out, he tries to call the cops, but there was a needle in the receiver which hurts him. The killer had rigged the phone too, so that no one could make a call. Then he tries to flee out of the window, but his fingers get stuck in a blade. He gets injured by that, but somehow manages to take his hand out of the trap. He notices that each and every place was full of traps. Arkin then goes to the basement, where he finds Hannah's father tied up. He explains him that he is here to help him, and asks him not to shout. Then he asks him about his wife and children's. He tells him that his wife is kept in a room, and the elder daughter has gone to the party, and Hannah is hiding somewhere. Then he tells Arkin that a gun is placed in the locker, using which you can kill the killer. He also tells him the passcode of the locker. Arkin finds the gun after opening the locker, but finds that there is no bullet in the gun. He also hides diamond from the locker so that he could pay all his loan after selling it. Then we see that the killer tortures Hannah's father so much that he gets killed. The killer then hangs him up and takes out his intestines. On the other hand, Arkin listens a voice coming out of the cupboard and thinks that Hannah might be hiding there. When he opens the cupboard, he finds a box and opens it, and the same person appears from the box whom we saw at the start of the movie. Arkin asks him that what does the killer want? He tells that killer collects the humans and captures the one he likes, but kills everyone else. He shouts and urges Arkin to run away. After the Arkin puts him back in the box. He then sees an open window in other room, but his shoes get stuck to the floor. The killer had spilled the glue all over the floor. A cat was also stuck in the glue. Arkin tries to help that cat and throws her out of the window. But when the cat was about to get out of the window, it gets chopped by a cutter. The killer had installed the trap there too. The killer comes upstairs after listening to the cat's cry, and Arkin hides himself in the bed. The killer sees the cat and moves out of the room. Then, Arkin somehow gets to Hannah's mother and consoles her. He also instructs her not to look around while they try to get away from the house. While escaping, they see blood trails on the floor, and Hannah's mother sees the dead body of her husband and starts screaming. The killer notices, and in order to save themselves they run upstairs, but the killer finds them and make her injured. Arkin hides at some place and sees the killer. He was having a spider in his hand, which meant that the killer liked the spiders very much. The killer stitches the mouth of Hannah's mother, so that she may not shout again. Arkin now moves upstairs. He decides to jump out of the window and run when suddenly a car stops in front of the house and Hannah's elder sister was seen inside. She came there along with her friend. Arkin shouts and tells her not to come inside, but she was unable to listen to Arkin. The killer realizes that someone is outside. He opened the locks and Hannah's sister gets inside along with her friend. They both get to the kitchen and the killer sees them. Taking this opportunity, Arkin tries to sneak under the table, so that he could inform Hannah's sister about the killer. Hannah's sister sees the killer and gets frightened. Her friend comes forward to fight the killer, but he rigs him to a trap, and he dies. Then the killer attacks Hannah's sister. By then, her sister had already called the cops. The killer catches the girl and strangles her throat with a wire. He starts torturing her, while Arkin goes upstairs and rings the alarm. Listening to the alarm, killer goes upstairs, while Arkin frees Hannah's sister. Her sister gets shocked after seeing Arkin there. She thinks Arkin is the killer and tries to reach out for the scissor, but she falls prey to a trap in doing so, and dies. Arkin gets very upset with that. He then moves to the person who was in the box, and tries to pull him out. He finds that the killer had put hooks in his feet. That's why he was unable to bring him along. He then breaks the window and gets out. He runs away, but then sees Hannah, who was seeking help from the window. Arkin falls in mercy, as he too had a daughter like her. So he returns back to save Hannah. While the killer was just about to kill Hannah, Arkin approaches there and attacks the killer and saves her. Then we see Arkin and Hannah are hiding at a place, where he tells her that they will have to get the killer in a trap. Arkin tells her a plan of electrocuting the killer by spilling water on the floor, while Hannah has to throw the television set to pass the current. But the killer outsmarts their trap and throws that old man from the box into the trap. The man dies. Seeing this, Arkin tries to flee with Hannah, but the killer follows them. Arkin was able to send Hannah to a safe place, but the killer catches them. When he comes to his senses, he finds himself tied down. He begs the killer to kill him instead of the girl, but the killer doesn't respond and breaks his teeth with a hammer. Arkin was under severe pain. Then we see a police officer outside the house, who was there because Hannah's sister made a call to the cops earlier. The cop peeps inside the window and finds blood and dead bodies inside. The killer comes out and tries to distract the police officer. He also orders his dog to attack the police officer. Arkin gets the opportunity and frees himself. Arkin sees that the killer had set up a trap that was going to set the house on fire. Meanwhile, the killer takes his dog inside the house to find Hannah. Arkin makes a smart move and burns the dog. He then goes to the killer and fights with him. He throws the dog at the killer and tries to escape with Hannah. While doing so, he finds a mirror and kept it in front of the door. When killer comes to them, he sees their reflections and thinks they are right in front. Killer shoots at them and Arkin cuts the wire of the trap he planted there for the killer. The light fixture falls upon the killer. Arkin takes the keys and moves outside with Hannah. Police arrives there and rescues them both after taking control. Later on, we see Arkin is in the ambulance, and he takes out the diamond from his pocket. He was happy that he finally got the diamond and all his debts will be cleared now. Arkin asks the nurse to call his wife, when the killer suddenly arrives and strikes the ambulance. Then the killer comes to Arkin. Arkin requests him to let him talk to his wife once, but the killer doesn't listen to him. He puts him in the box and takes him along with himself, which meant that he chose Arkin for the collection. And with that, the movie ends. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do like and subscribe. Keep supporting and watch out for more.